This is Justin Book, Elise's future husband.
Yeah.
What food could Elise eat every day?
I would say ice cream, because every time we're driving by Culver's, we are forced to go. Anytime it's like a Friday, Saturday night, and we want to spend $15, we'll go to Cone Flour. Her favorite flavor is butter brickle, I think. Just adding that in there.
What was your first impression of Elise?
First impression was that she was actually athletic. My coworker that set us up, that was like the first thing she told me was that she was athletic. And then we went to pickleball on the first date, and she did look athletic, and it's kind of gone downhill from there. Another first impression was that she was kind of rude. The third first impression was that she had pretty eyes.
What is her biggest pet peeve?
When I forget the schedule or forget what she said or what she told me, then she kind of reminds me in a kind of passive aggressive way. I think that's the biggest one.
What does she do that makes you feel the most loved?
Oh, I think when she writes me notes, she's been very good about that. She also journaled every day of our dating until we got engaged and gave me a book of that. I think she's very thoughtful with how she expresses herself that way through writing and through reflection. I always feel warm and fuzzy when she kind of gives me a note.
That's so sweet. If she were an animal, what would she be?
I would say sloth, mosquito, and orangutan mixed together. A mosquito, because sometimes she'll poke jabs at you, as when a mosquito bites. A sloth, because she stays up so late. An orangutan, because I don't know, for some reason that just feels right. I don't know, she gives off orangutan.
When are you most proud of her?
I would say when she has a super busy schedule with photography, she's still making time for her middle school / high school Bible crew and prepping for that and putting time aside for that. That always makes me happy when she's explaining how she's kind of maybe stressed out about the week, but she still makes time for those important things.
What's one thing she can't leave the house without?
Definitely her phone. I've tried to get on her about being on the phone while driving. Doesn't really get through, but she definitely uses her phone a lot. I mean, her job is mostly on her phone, responding to people, and then probably a propelled water bottle, because she can't drink normal water.
What characteristic do you admire most about Elise?
She has a very big heart. She really cares for her friends, for her people that she disciples. She cares for me a lot. I can tell that she is always trying to put other people's needs before her own. She's always oh, I feel like I'm being a bad friend right now, when in reality she's being a way better friend than 99% of people. And she's very intentional with people as well.
Does she like texting or calling more, and why?
I think she likes calling more. An example of that, I feel like we both use inflections in our voice a lot of times, so it makes it hard to communicate when we're texting. I think it was literally yesterday. Oh, what was it? I'm trying to get a passport because Elise is shooting a wedding in the Dominican Republic, and we're thinking about going together. We were talking about how I was going to pay for it, and I said, passport check. And she took that as hey, he got the passport, hey, passport check. And that was just not it. So we actually, on our call later that day, she brought it up, and I was no, I don't have the passport yet. Definitely likes calling more. She likes to use more of her senses. I think it's kind of hard for her to read sometimes too, so probably part of it.
What type of date does she appreciate the most?
I think she appreciates dates that have thought put into it. She appreciates dates that end in ice cream as well.
How did you know that you wanted to marry Elise?
This is going to sound kind of funny, but it's very true. So, as I mentioned earlier, she was kind of rude at first, I noticed, a little kind of rough around the edges. Within 2 or 3 or 4 months, I saw her getting less rude, and I saw her becoming sanctified in that process. So that was very comforting. I could tell that she was following the Lord just through that sanctification process. That sounds really stupid, but that is the time where I was I think this is good.
What would she do if she won the lottery tomorrow?
She would fly to Europe and go to Zara, that one place, probably buy out the store. Some other places she would go, free people. I think she would go on a big shopping spree, honestly. And she'd probably buy moped adjacent things.
Who is more romantic and why?
I think I am, because I think Elise is too prideful to be more romantic. I like to, make supper sometimes, maybe light a candle. Elise really hasn't made me supper yet, so.
What's Elise's weirdest habit?
This one's not weird, it's just kind of annoying. But she'll do laundry and then throw it in her closet on the floor, so it's just sitting there. That's definitely a big one.
Who apologizes first after an argument?
I think we're actually both really good at this, but it's me for sure. Elise definitely takes more time to come to her senses. She kind of needs to chew her cud on some certain stuff. But she's always very apologetic when lines have been crossed. I really appreciate that about her.
What is the funniest argument you've had?
Honestly, I'd say 95% of our arguments are these. First big blow up I remember is when we were arguing what is the perfect yogurt bowl shape. Any just normal person would think, okay, hey, what's the shape of a spoon? That's kind of curved, so you'd want a curved bowl like that. You can get all of the yogurt out in one scoop. But for some reason, Elise likes the bowls that have a flat bottom like this, so they're flat and then they curve. So then you have to end up digging around. Look at the wrist. See the angle? That's not good for your wrist. You could go like this with the curved bowl. And I like finishing food. I don't like wasting food. Elise is maybe either A, okay with wasting food, or B, okay with wrist injuries, which she does have wrist problems. So
How has your life changed since meeting her?
so much. I truly believe that Elise has made me a better person. She pushes me to follow the Lord. She pushes me to work hard. She pushes me to love my friends and love others. It feels like we're kind of always in a competition to see who can be funnier in certain moments. So she pushes these areas of my brain that maybe wouldn't naturally be exercised. So I feel like I've just grown so much. My bank account has decreased a lot. I'm excited for how much more I'll grow.
What's a tradition you hope to start as a married couple?
I think a good tradition would be for Elise to kind of wake up and have breakfast ready for me every morning, maybe a protein shake, some fresh fruit. That's a cool tradition. Another cool tradition I think would be awesome is to wake up around the same time and pray. Pray is the first thing we do in the morning. The hard part is the waking up at the same time. So we need to kind of work that out a little bit more. Going somewhere every year, maybe not too far away, but just doing it every year, some sort of cool place. Have our little spot that's oh, we're going to Cracker Barrel, but not Cracker Barrel, but Cocoa Keys, would be an example for maybe our generation,
Who said I love you first?
It was me. Yeah, it kind of slipped out, honestly. Actually, we were sitting in that hammock right there. We had been dating for I don't even know how long, but it was one of those great days that we had together. Can't remember my thought process or anything. That's probably the way it's supposed to be.
What are you most looking forward to about growing old together?
Looking back and seeing the mission field that we hopefully establish.
What is Elise's most used phrase?
She has a lot of phrases. One nonverbal phrase is doing hand motions like this, or like this. I feel like she says that's chill, that's chill.
What is your favorite memory with her?
Oh man, hard to pick a favorite, Elise. This isn't necessarily one specific point in time, but I think the Vermont trip, up on that mountain, we just had good conversation, doing the bikes together. Frisbee golf, felt like I got to know Elise a lot better from that trip. You get to see how people travel, it's just fun. And Ben and Jerry's too. Elise loves that ice cream.
What's one quality you hope to learn from her?
I hope to learn how to put those that I'm close with, their needs above my own. She's very good and very intentional with her friends, constantly calling people, just seeing how they're doing. She has a good memory too, so that helps a lot. I hope to kind of steal that from her a little bit.
What is her shoe size?
Giant. Off the scale. She has really long, skinny feet. Putting a size to it probably isn't right because she probably doesn't fit into any size. This is the width and then the length. I think she's a 10 though, a 10 women's. They're big feet and they're really skinny. As I think about that future children wise, it's not ideal for kids that are gonna be able to jump high. Physics of a foot kind of jump off the front here. A wider foot would be better than the narrow long thing. I'm sure there's uses for the long feet, maybe swimming.
What is something that you want your future kids to know about their mom?
If you're unathletic, it's not my fault. No, I want you guys to know that I think Elise will be very good at righteous discipline, as I have been righteously disciplined from Elise a few times, that it's probably out of love. Probably you should listen.
What are you most excited about in marriage?
Oh man, we've been talking about this a lot lately, going through premarital and everything. And I think the answer that I come to, just being able to spend time every day together, come home to each other, talk to each other, and just be able to see each other every day and talk about life and how things are going.